It is now time to learn about how the body moves, the different types of joints, which actions occur at the joints, and how to analyse movement. If we didn't have joints in our body, we wouldn't be able to move at all. Try walking around without moving your ankles or bending your knees. It would be pretty difficult, right? And we'd all be walking around like the Tin Man. Let's have a look at joint classifications. We can classify joints according to how much movement occurs at the joint itself. Some joints have no movement or only some movement. For example, the joints in the skull have no movement, whereas the joint in the pubis only allows slight movement. The joints like the shoulder, hip, and knee are all freely movable and allow us to permit lots of movement in different planes. As fitness professionals, we are more concerned with the freely movable joints, or let's use the scientific name, synovial joints. All synovial joints have certain characteristics that separate them from the other kinds, but a big clue lies in their name, and we will get to this in just a minute. Firstly, let's explore some key features. The ends of each bone in the joint are covered in articular cartilage. If you recall, this is to help reduce the friction between the bones and to also help absorb shock when the two bones are compressed together. Next, there are the various ligaments that add to the stability of the joint, and then the joint capsule itself. The purpose of the joint capsule is to encapsulate the bones, which further add to the stability of the joint. In the lining of the capsule lies a synovial membrane which secretes a lubricating fluid called the synovial fluid. This fluid is like the body's own grease, so to speak, and when warm it lubricates the joint. The remaining space between the capsule and the bones is called the joint cavity. Although all synovial joints have the same basic structural components, they have different movement capabilities based on the way the joint is connected or articulated. As such, we have 6 different types of synovial joints, but we are only going to focus on the ball and socket, the hinge, and the pivot joint, as these are the ones that are most relevant to exercise. The good thing is that the names describe exactly what they look like and how they move.